Hello, you guys. This is Miss Felicia Inspire here. Today we're doing a full quick weave. Okay, so I've already molded down my client and I'm using the Indian Tara 27 step hair and I'm using the 1 inch down at the bottom. And if you want to see how I go through and do a 27 piece, you can go to any of my other videos and I will link them below for you. Okay, so this is how I lay my first track. I make sure that I put it down further enough so that it doesn't flip whenever she wears her quick weave. Okay, so whenever I'm doing my first initial track, I like to put it in a U-shaped motion. And I like to do this because when I was doing tracks from side to side, side to side, it's like the tracks sometimes will lift and then you have a track, the end piece sticking up on the side. But you won't have to worry about that if you go ahead and lay the track, that first track, in a U shape. Okay, so if you are liking this content that I am showing you, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so that you see all of my uploads first. And I would love to hear from you guys. So comment and go to the community section and leave me any feedback. Okay, so now I'm starting at her sideburns, and this is how I lay my tracks on the side. Even though it looks as if it is on her hair directly, I've applied the liquid cap. That's why it's shiny in that area. So with the Indian Tower 27 piece, I like to use the thinner tracks around the edges because it lay a lot flatter. And you're going to curve it because you want the tracks to lay towards her face. Okay, so I am going to continue laying her tracks down. I'm laying these tracks going towards her face so that it frames very, very nicely. So when you lay your tracks like this, you're going to meet the first initial track that you lay down. So when I go from side to side, side to side, you see that it's blending together really, really nice. So you're going to continue to do this all the way up until the point where you're going to be changing the length that you're using. Okay, now I am on my last and final length here in the Indian Tower 27 piece, and I am doubling my tracks, and I do this because it makes it a lot thicker and it helps you to move a lot faster when you're laying tracks. When I do this, it adds volume to the quick weave, okay? So you won't have to worry about having to curl it to give it this volume. She likes volume in the back, so this is something else that I do to help alleviate whenever I'm doing a client who has a head that's flat on the back. This is what I do. So you're going to do this all the way up until the point where, well, you'll kind of judge it. Like you'll go by your own judgment because she's going to be having a bang, and I need to make sure that that bang area don't be too much in her face. So you're going to go by your own judgment to when and how much you do. So right here, this is where I am going to be laying my final track. I am done laying all of the 3-inch tracks. I feel like this is pretty much enough for what I am going to need for her hair. So this is how it's going to look. Like I said, the other side is going to be long. So yeah, you go ahead and make that your own judgment as to how much you need to add. Okay, so right now I am going to begin shaving down my quick weave. I'm using my razor comb to do this, and make sure that when you buy your comb, get you some disposable razor blades to go along with this. I like to use the brand Darko, Darco, Darko. You can get those blades off of Amazon if you need a lot of them. I usually go through about 3 to 4 razors per quick weave, so I buy it in the bulk. Make sure that you cut out all of the strings that are in the quick weave, because if you leave them in there, it's going to make your quick weave look tacky. But with the Indian Tower 27 step, I noticed that they have a lot of strings in the hair. So you're going to have to cut those out. So continue to razor comb this. Take your time and do this process because this is not an easy process to do. You don't really learn this concept overnight. So you're going to shave down the edges. Mainly, you're going to want the edges, like around the hairline, to be really, really thin. So whenever your blades are new, they cut a lot smoother, like how I'm doing here. So just go ahead and continue to shave it down to your liking. When you're holding your razor, make sure you're holding it at around like a 45 degree, and you don't want to cut any gashes in the hair. So continue to take your time and do this. You're going to take your comb and just kind of, comb it all out, see where you at. And you guys, listen, this hair was full of strings. I don't know what was going on, but continue to shave it down, clean it up really, really nice, and blend it out. Right now, I'm going to be using my Andis T-Outliners to do my edge up on this quick weave. And you can get these at your local beauty supply store. You can get them on Amazon. Or if you have a wholesale license, you can get them even cheaper wholesale. But I love these outliners. Like, they do the best job. Like, it's minimal effort using these trimmers. Like, they're heavy duty, they're professional grade, and you don't have to worry about them going dull on you. And even if you have to change out your blades, because when you are working with weave a lot, your blades will dull out. So you can get replaceable blades and they're not that expensive. The blades are easy to change. So yeah, I've been using these blades now for probably like 6 months or so. Like, you won't have to change your blades that often because, like, when I tell you these are like the best trimmers to me, these are the best trimmers. So yeah, this is how we are looking. It's an easy task, you guys. Just kind of put your finishing touches. So I have already began laying down the tracks on the side. I'm using the Outre Duby, and this is the 1B30. It's a mix of color. She wanted to make it a little bit spicy, so she wanted to get a little bit of color. I am double tracking because this is a small area right here that I am using, and so you have to make sure that the hair is thick on that side to make the weave look better whenever you go in to layer the hair. And you are going to continue laying the tracks down all the way up until the point where you will begin laying the tracks towards her face. Okay, so right here, I'm going to begin laying her tracks down for her bang. In the first couple tracks, I'm going to meet the 27 piece that I laid on the other side. And this is all you're going to do. And I am double tracking them so that it can be thick. And you are going to continue laying down those tracks going towards the face. And again, like I said, I am double tracking. And you are going to curve your tracks as you get closer and closer to closing, because ultimately you want to have it where it's going to be in a circle so that you can make your closure. So as you are laying your tracks down, you will realize that the area gets smaller and smaller, so it becomes harder and harder to lay the tracks. So as I get closer and closer to closing, I go ahead and use single tracks because doobie tracks are very, very thick. Like, they're very, very thick. So I use my scissors, as you can see here, I use my scissors to kind of hold it down because you don't actually have a part, okay? You're just kind of spreading the hair where it mimics a part, but you know that it's not a part. So you can use your scissors to make it curve the way that you want it. And this is how I do it. I don't really have a closure to put there to cover it. So you're going to have to continue using the tracks to make your closure. Sometimes you can split your track to get the look that you're going for, but I didn't really split the track on this one because I really didn't see that I needed to. So just continue to go in that circular U-shaped motion. Now, if you had black hair the same color as the bottom was, a 1B, then it would be a lot smoother to blend. But you have to be very careful when you're using color because you have to, lay it where it looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to be spraying my bed head, hard head. And this is where I was telling you, like, you don't actually have a part, but it's more of like a full quick weave. It don't have lace, it don't have a part, but it's split whereas though it look like you have a part, I guess. So yeah, I use my bed head, hard head, and I am going through separating the hair so that it look good. So use your blow dryer to spray the use your dryer to dry the spray that you sprayed on there. You can use any type of holding spray. You can use spritz, but I like to use my bed head, hard head to do this. And this is going to separate it and have it where it lays down seamlessly. And I like to do this because like it helps the bang lay where I want it to lay, and it keeps the hair from like straying in other areas. Like if you don't do this, you'll see like in the other part, some of the hairs will like be in there and you don't want that. Like it don't look good, okay? So now I'm going to be using my Andis hot comb, and I go on it. Now, don't burn your client now. Like, don't burn your client, but this is going to lock this in, it's going to seal it in, and it makes a huge difference. So, yeah, and you're going to be applying a little bit of pressure when you do this, but you won't really burn your client, but you don't want to go down too far where you burn your client. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my razor comb to layer this hair. And I started out using the double-sided, the longer razor comb to do this, but I didn't really like it. So now I'm going to be using my croc clips to separate the hair. You guys, I love croc clips. Like they work so much better than butterfly clips. So now I've changed to my regular blade that I usually use, razor comb that I usually use, because I have more control with that one. So the flat iron that I'm going to be using is the Ion one stroke flat iron. And I do apologize. I had to cut some of the clip because my arm was in the way. It was in the camera. So you can kind of see how I am curling this hair. And the flat iron that I am using is a 1-inch flat iron. And you can easily use a curling iron to do this if you want to. But using the flat iron is so much more quicker to me. And some people may not know how to curl with the flat iron, and that's something that I can show you in a later video. But I am going to continue curling this hair, and yeah, and this is how I'm going to feather it as well. This is a feathering method that I like to use in my bang area. When you are flat ironing it, lift up on the flat iron, and it's going to help give that bang a little bit of lift as well. Okay, so I am going to continue curling this hair, and you can just put your own little vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, go in, do any color that you want. Give it a little bit of spice. So yeah, use your wide tooth comb to comb out your layers where you can see everything is falling. And I like to cut the ends off of the hair, cut the fishtails off, as they refer to them when I was in hair school. They call the ends of them fishtails. And you're going to cut them off. So now you see what I was saying about the lift in the bang area. And I'm spraying it once again with my bed head, hard head, because you want it to stay. And listen, when I tell you this spray is the bomb, this spray is the bomb. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you get all of my notifications first. And yeah, this is pretty much the finished product. She loves her hair. You can take your wide tooth comb and kind of tease the hair out. And this is how the bang is looking, you guys. I love how this turned out. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment. If you want any requests of videos from me, make sure that you private email me. I will link all of that information for you. And yeah, you can get this spray right here from any of your TJ Maxx's or either Marshalls. I do get mine off of Amazon. You can purchase this in bulk, okay? So I'm going to finish this up with my Yesssss Liquid Shine. Yeah, thank you guys again for watching.